All right, perfect. Welcome everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. I hope you're safe. As you can see right here, we're all ranging now. There's nothing happening. Gold is closed since yesterday. See, gold is just closed since yesterday. Nothing happened since yesterday. Gold is just closed. Gold is not moving. You can see that. There's no trade on gold. Someone messaged me yesterday, hey bro, I can't open a trade on gold. I'm like, because it's closed. Can you break down GJ? All right, let me just put this up over here. Let's see. There is no trading today. There is no volume. Awesome. Perfect. Okay, so let's take a look at this over here. Go to Forex Factory. We can see this. Swiss holiday, Euro holiday, Pound holiday, CAD holiday. Everything's holiday. Even then, we're going to do a little breakdown on gold here just for educational purposes. Raja, I paid someone on Insta for $20 a month, but have not got the invite. Oh, well, you're here. You got the invite. You got the invite. All right, let's take a look at the daily here, right? Let's take a look at actually, let's take a look at next week. Let's see what's happening next week here. Let's go towards next week here. So nothing much important happening. We have AUD rates, and then that's about it. Oh, we got Monday holiday too. It's got a really long weekend over here. Are you going to stream next week? No, there will be no stream next week because I'm going to be away. All right, so the daily is basically rejecting, looking to the left-hand side. Let's take a look at the weekly. So weekly is coming into this really, really strong rejection area right here, right? This is a really strong rejection area right here, right? So now we're not sure whether the price is going to continue moving bullish or not. So we're going to put our zone at 153,800-ish right here, and we're going to go down to daily time frame. Now looking at the daily time frame, let's put a line right at the top of this daily candle, right at 153,200, right? And look to the left-hand side. So when we take a look to the left-hand side, what we can find is that, okay, we have another rejection area. Okay, no problem. Let's take a look on the 4-hour time frame. Looking on the 4-hour, we go to the left-hand side. We have that rejection. Okay, it came right around here. And then we have the next one right up over here, right? 153,600. Perfect. So now let's go back to our current price action and let's see what's happening on the 4-hour. So basically this yellow line is basically a resistance on the 4-hour time frame. Let's remove this from here. Let's put a resistance right at 1-hour time frame. 4-hour right over here. Going down to the 1-hour. We have our perfect resistance right here on the 1-hour time frame now. Right, and so far what's happening with price, we're basically creating a support. Now if you look at your spreads, you're going to notice your spreads are higher here today because there is less volume, right? So that we got our resistance, we got our support. At the same time, we got another minor resistance right here, 152, let's say 980. Now looking at the 30-minute time frame, it does seem like price came down, created a low, came back up, and maybe it would continue moving down, but pound is closed. There's no trades on pound because it's a bank holiday. No trades on euro, bank holiday. Oh no, actually, let's go to Friday. Same thing. CAD, euro, pound, bank holidays. There are no trades there today. Are you streaming next week? No, I'm going to be away next week. I'm leaving the country next week. Not coming back, man. These lockdowns are just destroying my soul. No, just joking. I'm gonna go visit family. Probably gonna be back on, what's the date here? I'm gonna be back on the 13th April. So from 6th till 13th, I'm gonna be gone. So last stream is gonna be on the 6th April. Why are you streaming today? Because I was up early, I couldn't sleep, and I was like, all right, you know what? Let's just do some streams here and let's see what happens here. Because, everything's closed at this point. Just an opportunity I had missed earlier last week. Let's take a look over here. Price created a low right here. Price created a high at resistance. Oh, you took a sell right here, entered here during the break of the candle. Okay, nice, nice. Very nice. Will you trade in Pakistan? Yes, we will be trading in Pakistan. Let's open the floor for everybody here. Since it's going to be a no trading day, we're going to open the floor here for everybody. NFP is also here, so we're going to see how that affects price. So if you look at gold, gold has been closed since this is just closed. Done so. Not moving at all. Let's take a look here. Possible buys above 152.980 looks good. You got resistance here. Clean traffic here to the left hand side. 14 pip range for sells weak. Yeah, that could work. You know, it's I mean, pound is closed, so I wouldn't really trade it. But if it does on a paper trade, if it works, then it works. Since we are at the first quarter of the year, would you say that the 3-month chart is worth looking at or no? I think you can look at the 3-month chart just to get like an idea of basically what's happening and what you can anticipate to happen. But it's definitely worth it to keep it in the back of your mind. All right, so we're gonna mute everyone back here. How about a simulation session right now? No, not right now. It's too early for me to do a simulation session. You know, it's a chill day, man. Why exert, you know, your mind a lot when it's a chill day? With the lockdown in Ontario, are you going to go work out? Yes. Basement. Got a nice gym in the basement. Let's take a look at this chart over here by Supreme Timo channel. All right, Supreme Timo channel. This is a sell on 4-hour chart. Entered on the close of the low. Nice. Coming down. Clean traffic to the left hand side. Pretty good. Do you think that US indices are tradable today? It's up to you. I mean, if you trade indices, sure, go ahead. But if you don't trade indices and you want to trade indices, I don't think that's a good idea today, since it's low volume here today. Plus, also you gotta wait for NYSE open too. This might be a stupid question. Actually, let's take a look over here. But if you registered a broker account on, let's say, Canada and trade under their laws and regulation, does that mean you can trade it anywhere in the world, even if the country you're in doesn't allow trading? Yes, you can trade it anywhere in the world. That's the beauty about trading. That's the whole beauty about trading. Even though if something is not allowed in your country, you can still trade it over the internet. You know, that's the freedom internet gives you here now. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on this over here if it starts to go down. Now, I'm not trading again. There's no trading today. There's no volume. I'm only taking paper trades in my mind. You know, that's very important. Take paper trades in your mind. NASDAQ is closed today. Yes, NASDAQ closed today. Gold closed today. Why the gold trading view chart from Forex.com is still printing candles? Maybe that liquidity provider is open. You know, but it's definitely closed here today. NYSE is also closed today. There's going to be no volume here. Post Zoom in TED chat. That chat is not working, so it is what it is. Sell stop for NFP, Euro USD. Again, things are closed today, but if it happens, it happens. We'll see what happens. You know, sell stop for NFP looks good. I think it's better to look for sell stops before NFP, like 5 minutes before NFP. I think that's going to be much better. I've been experimenting with overnight trades. So far I won 5 and lost 2. Oh, nice. When did you start taking overnight trades? I think you can start taking overnight trades whenever you want. Just do it. Is this Easter holiday? I think it's Easter holiday. Is it Easter long weekend? I'm not sure. I think it's Easter long weekend. I don't follow these holidays, so I'm not sure. Oh, it's Good Friday. Yeah, it is Easter. Are you planning on working out with weights, or do you use some body weights as well? I do body weights. I got dumbbells in my basement. We got a bench. So I got everything to work out on except for triceps and lats. You know those tricep pull downs, the pulley system. That is Dominion Markets up already. It's almost up. It's probably going to be ready by Monday or even over the weekend for people to register accounts, and then probably by Monday, Tuesday, we're going to get deposits and stuff like that. We tested deposits yesterday. Today as well, we're going to test some more, and then we're off the races. I'm reading the 10 Essentials of Trading earlier. What was the topic of the book that you recommended? The 10 Essentials of Forex. So this is the book. This is the only book I've read so far. Not cover to cover, but like, okay, let me see if I can show this to you guys. 10 Essentials of Forex. The topic I read from this book was, let's go over here. This was called Consolidating, Bracketing, Accumulation, or Sideways Movement. That's something I really studied. It's chapter 11. Chapter 11 of 10 Essentials of Forex Trading. Really, really good book. I really, really recommend this book. Really amazing book. I mean, yeah, man. Pretty nice book here. If you're in a trade on a pair like pound yen and the trade is moving against you, would you close the trade after 15-minute candle break or 5-minute candle break? What I would do is, if I'm in a trade on pound yen, right? Let's say if I'm in a sell, let's say if I'm in a sell and we have a candle closing like this, right? And you take a sell. And if the next candle starts closing bullish, let's say for example, next candle starts to close like this. If it closes bullish, I'm closing 50% of my trade right there. If it closes bullish, I'm closing 50% of my trade. And then if the next candle starts breaking this high right here, then I'm closing the entire thing, because that means now it's making a higher high to maybe go back in the range, and then there's no point in holding the trade in a drawdown, right? Even though if you're going to have your stop up over here, there's just no point, because if it's making a higher high to go back in the range, it's probably going to go back in the range. Best Forex broker in Pakistan. I'm not sure. My entire reason to go to Pakistan is to facilitate people there to probably, facilitate them to trade Forex through Dominion markets. So we're going to see how that goes. Got a couple of meetings lined up there. So we're going to see how the regulatory bodies, they kind of feel about that. Should be pretty easy though, man. Pakistan, pretty easy-going country. Can you please explain how to change the view of this graph to the shown format candle one? Oh, you go over here and then you choose candles. You get hollow candles, you can get line, you can get Heikin-Ashi candles. I choose candles. I guess only Monday stream next week and then back on 13th. Yes, back on the 13th. The stream is going to resume on the 14th April. If the airport gives me trouble with hotel quarantines, then I guess it's going to resume on the 19th April. Man, Canada is the only developed country who's having these authoritative, lockdowns. It's just insane. I used to think Canada was like a peaceful country, nice, apologize for everything. Man, they don't apologize for shit now. They're just like, no, you guys are getting a lockdown. They even said, listen guys, it's not a lockdown, this is a shutdown. We're like, what? Not even a lockdown, it's a shutdown on everything. Not gonna lie, the feature where you can get a magic key based on a commission you pay, genius. Give whoever came up with that a raise. Yeah, no, it's good because I looked at it this way, right? So I've been in the education space for about 3 years, and the most common question I get is, hey man, how much is the mentorship? How much is the course? And I think 40% of people they cannot afford even something for about, let's say, $300 or $400. They're like, oh, this is too expensive. Maybe because that depends on the places they live. That's why they say that expensive. So I really thought about it, right? I really thought about the fact that, okay, even though if we're doing live streams, we're giving information, education, that's good enough. But still, I still think people do need help. So when we were looking into opening up our own platform, we thought about that. We're like, okay, how can we facilitate people to actually learn more through our programs, with the market fluidity mentorship or even with the magic keys. So the idea came that, okay, if people are going to trade on this platform now, again, it's not one of the best things at all. The trading environments are all the same. So if people do choose to trade on Romanian markets, they will pay commissions anyway, right? So when you pay commissions, we're like, okay, what if they can use a part of their commissions towards the mentorship or towards magic keys or towards some other education like they want to get? So that was the whole concept of incentivizing traders to use commissions towards something they can learn more, maybe get better at risk management or discipline. So that was the whole reason why we introduced that whole concept. And for people who don't know, you can go to dominionmarkets.com. So this is probably going to be on over the weekend to register. You go to where it's incentives, and this is where all that information is. There's no need for clients to pay extra to have access to these services. Our clients can use their commissions paid in pro accounts to access services and tools. So it's basically when you pay commissions, that's the profits for the brokers. So we're saying, okay, what, you can use a part of those commissions towards, mentorship or education or webinars or magic keys. So that's my whole vision. That's my basically whole vision here. Let's see here. Will Dominion Markets host US clients? Yeah, you can register via crypto. Plus, we will only have MetaTrader 5. We're not going to have MetaTrader 4. And the big reason is because MetaCodes has stopped support for MetaTrader 4. So that's why we're not going ahead with MetaTrader 4. We're only going to have MetaTrader 5. And if you do use MetaTrader 5, man, you're going to see a huge, huge difference from MetaTrader 4 to MetaTrader 5. Was this something business related? Hypothetically, if Vantage did not shift their broker system and not allowed people would you still end up bringing the brokerage now, or would you have stuck with Vantage? Yes, I would have still gone about that. PayPal on deposit or withdrawal, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right, let's take a look at this GJ chart over here. GJ, my first idea was wait for pullback and break the previous low to take a sell. Change my mind. Oh, nice. Change your mind when you saw the 15-minute candle moving up. Nice. Beautiful. You got this. You got the correction of this move. Are you going to try partner with FTMO or funding talent? Yes. That's been in the works, but we'll see what happens. How do you get the arrows away on the MetaTrader 5 when you place a trade? It's very easy. You right click on the chart, you go towards properties, and for properties you go to show trade on chart or not to show trade on chart. Yeah, you can see here, pound is just ranging. USDJPY is also ranging. There's no volume, no trading, nothing happening here today. Is the money we put in brokerage insured? Yes, they're all kept in segregated accounts. If a brokerage or a bank or any entity, if they want to run away with your money, whether they're regulated or not regulated, they will run away from your money. They will run away with it. I had some money in a crypto brokerage called Quadriga FX, and that they basically ran away, man. They basically ran away with 200 million. I had 150,000 there. Let's take a look over here, www.google.com. Quadriga CX. They were regulated in Canada. What happened with Quadriga CX? Leaving more than 169 million. Yeah, 76,000 investors from Canada and around the world collect out of pocket for at least 169 million. Following a 10-month investigation, they released a report stating that crypto company was a Ponzi scheme. Wow, this is a Ponzi scheme now. And you know what their whole reason was? Their whole reason that they couldn't pay people back was that the owner, he supposedly died in India. And only he knew the passcodes for all that money. That's what happened. And this is a company that was heavily regulated in Canada. So go figure. You know, something that's regulated, they ran away with your money. I mean, come on. You know, regulated or not regulated. Regulation doesn't mean no one's going to run away with your money. That just basically means that they paid extra to be able to work in that jurisdiction. That's all what it means. Looking at Uncle Ted IG, I'm really motivated. Yeah, man, Uncle Ted is something else. He's like a unicorn. You don't find many people like him. Have you partnered with a company to open dominion markets that looks complicated to open a broker? Yeah, it's not easy. Could you tell us about course offered in microfluidity? No, sorry, I don't talk about that on the live streams. All right, what's this over here? Buys above 77,700 New Zealand JPY. Well, you chose a pair that is closed anyway. So one thing is, when you choose a pair, look at New Zealand, right? And ask yourself, is New Zealand open at this time? And the answer is going to be no. And then you ask another question, is yen open at this time? And the answer is going to be no. So, and then the third question is going to be, should you trade this pair at this time? And obviously we all can come to the most common answer, which will be no. A really good way to know which pairs to trade and which pairs not to trade. So you go to pairs to trade. It's right here. Like, you know, sessions. Session-wise, you're in the New York session. Look for pairs that are open during this session. Pairs like pound, yen, euro, JPY, USD, gold, US30, you know, and all those pairs. Here, I'll paste the link in the gulag here too. How much is your account balance? How much do you risk? This time I'm starting with 50,000. 50,000, probably going to be risking maybe like 2%, 3% per day, something around there. Hey bro, good morning. If you don't mind, please share your experiences with compounding your accounts and advice for all of us. I think when I first started, I really wanted to compound my account, right? So the way we started in the beginning, so this is going to be a short story time here. So we basically used to look at on the 4-hour time frame, right? We used to look at the 4-hour time frames, and all we used to do was, all I used to do was, I can't blame anyone else, that if the 4-hour candle, so basically we're going to have a resistance right here on the 4-hour, right? And if the candles are going to come up to the resistance here, I would just take a sell. You know, because all I learned from babypips.com was that if price comes to resistance, you sell. If price comes down to support, you buy at that point. I'm like, okay, well, perfect, I'll try it, you know. So price would come to resistance, I take a sell, 10, 15 pip stop, you know, price would come down in profits, would secure profits, and it was just working perfectly. You know, started with a $700 account in a week and a half, ran that account to 5,500, not knowing about risk management, not knowing about nothing. You know, all I knew that if price came to a support, I have to take a buy, and I just keep adding lot sizes there. You know, started making money, went up to 5,500, wanted to compound more. My biggest mistake in the start was that I didn't withdraw profits. You know, I didn't withdraw not even $500, you know, so brought it up to 5,500, and then I basically one day didn't use a stop loss. I'm like, okay, it's going against me. I'm not going to use the stop loss, because it's got to come down. And it basically went up and up and up and up, and I started losing. That account came down to $650. I'm like, oh shit, okay. And then tried again, the same concept, 4 hour time frame, 4 hour support resistances. Took that account to 3,600 again in about 4 days. And then I started learning about, Fibonacci's and trend lines, and started mixing a whole lot of things together. Once I started mixing a lot of things together, that's basically, compounding wasn't working, because I was trying to grab, massive pips and massive outcomes, and that wasn't really happening at all. And at that point, I had to make a decision that, okay, so I started to look at my trading, right? I started to look at that and focused on that. Okay, I've been focusing on compound. Now, a lot of times we focus on compounding. We're like, oh, we got to compound our accounts. We got to bring our account to a certain number. Sometimes, this one time what happened was my account was at $9,980, and I had a winning trade that day, and I was $20 away from 10,000. So I was like, okay, I need to take one more trade to make $20 to get my account to 10,000 even number, and then I'm going to call it a day. And during those efforts, I closed the day at a balance of 9,600 something. I lost $400 trying to make $20. So that's another lesson I learned. I'm like, whatever the win is, just call it a day. Yeah, I think that's happened to a lot of people. I was trading US 30 and went from 500 to 4,500, and my idiot self didn't withdraw. Yeah. So at that point, I learned the importance of withdrawing. It's not important how much you can compound. It's important how much you can withdraw at the end of the day. Because if you keep on compounding, you're going to be focused on only compounding. And whether you're compounding wins, whether you're compounding losses, you're just compounding trades. But then you have to change your mindset, come to the point that, okay, I'm going to make a withdrawal. And once you make your first withdrawal, when that money hits your bank account, something goes off in your mind. You're like, okay, you know what? I made this withdrawal. I got to get addicted to these withdrawals. So once you get addicted to withdrawals, let's say there's a $10 withdrawal, $50 withdrawal, $100 withdrawal, withdrawals will grow over time, but you just got to get addicted to the withdrawals first. Then you're going to start to look at that, okay, I got to take one trade a day, two trades a day, because at the end of the month, I want to make a withdrawal, no matter how big or small that withdrawal is. You think it would be possible with Dominion markets to place limit trades to help clients not overtrade? Probably not. There's a lot of, there's some things that go into check with that, so yeah, we'll see what the procedures are there. Pound yen, when 30-minute candle closed bullish, support was created. Nice. Took a buy here, price moved up. Beautiful. Do you withdraw, say, 50% of the profits to get withdrawals as well as compounding? In the beginning, what I was doing was I was withdrawing almost 30 to 40% of my profits every 2 weeks or at the end of every month. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. ET perp, risky trade in the range, a very, very risky trade. Might as well wait for the resistance to break. Yeah, I used to take these kind of trades in the beginning. It's much important to wait for the resistance to break. Let's take a look at this chart here. Look at how beautiful GJ looks when you're not in a trade. Yeah, it does look beautiful. Break the low, continue down. Break the high, continue up. Beautiful. On coming Monday, is gold tradable? Yes. Yes. Oh, no. It's going to be low volume on Monday. Take a look at this. Pound holiday, euro holiday. It's going to be low volume on Monday, so you got to be careful. Let's see here. Do you think it makes sense to put $600 in a trading account or just spend $650 to get funded for 100K? Or does it depend on your skill level? I think if you have $600, it's better to put that in a trading account and trade that account. Whenever someone comes to me and they say, hey, I want to go with a funding company. I have like $500. I'm like, okay, let's do this, right? You have $500. Trade on that $500 account. Once you double that account, let's say, if, I mean, the idea is to make enough money from trading to be able to get a funding account. Because to be successful at a funding account, you need to be a good trader, right? And you need to take wins so that you can be successful at that and be able to withdraw more money from that, right? So that's why I tell guys, hey, listen, no matter what amount you have, try to make that fee from your trading account. You have a $500 account, trade that $500 account and make $500 on that $500, withdraw that, and then go to a funding account. And once you go there, you're going to be more confident saying that, okay, you know what, I made this money in the market, I know how to trade, and now I'm going to trade on a bigger account and probably be more successful at that. I'm trying to figure out the concept of accepting stop loss. You have set versus closing positions if price starts going against you. Is it just an issue of beginning trader? As beginner, get used to accepting losses and you take when you avoid hitting stop loss. Yeah, a lot of things happening in that question, but I think you just have to accept losses. A stop loss is there to maybe just take you out of the trade. A stop loss is a point on the chart that once price crosses that level, your trade is nullified basically. So it's very important to accept losses. And accepting losses, taking a loss is the same thing as taking a win. It's one trade, but the outcomes are totally opposite. But you're right. I think with time you start to accept losses, much easier and much better. Psychology is such an underrated thing. How did you improve that? Like, what steps did you take to overcome anxiety and fear? I've said it again and I'll say it again. Just 1 or 2 trades a day. That's it. You got to focus on 1 or 2 trades a day. That is the magic potion. I'm in a stage where I need to see what works because I can manage risk and I can do 1 or 2 trades without having the urge to overtrade. Yes, that's the stage. That's the stage where we all want to be. I think he's asking why not let it hit stop loss and close positions instead. The main thing is risk management. Losing is going to happen rather 17 over 100. Oh no, the whole point. As a beginner, get used to accepting the losses you take, and when you get better. And when you get better, you start managing risk within the risk to avoid hitting stop loss. Alright, let me mute everybody. Yeah, I mean, the whole idea is to take a smaller loss than you planned. That's the whole idea. If you have a trade and you're willing to lose, let's say $10 on that trade, and you see certain candles, like breaking above the highs to continue up, and it's going to hit stop loss. Most of the time, our intuition tells us price is going to hit our stop loss. So that's the point where you decide, okay, you know what, I'm going to close 50% right here so that if price does hit my stop loss, I lose less than anticipated in the beginning. Let's say we fired 2 trades with range, and now we know that the range will break. Would you consider another shot once it breaks out, or would you be happy to leave money on the table? If you fired 2 trades within the range, I think you should call it a day at that time because you basically traded in the range. What I would do is I would fire 1 trade in the range anticipating it's going to break out, and if it doesn't break out, I take a loss. Then I'm going to wait for a candle to break out of a range, right? To kind of let's say wait for a candle to actually break out of the range and then take a trade on the next candle, because that's going to be my second shot on the same bias, and whenever you're giving your trade a second shot, it should be like a much better confident shot at that time. Do you risk 1% when aiming for your 10 pips? I know you don't look at RR. Yeah, I risk like 2% sometimes, 1 to 2%. Sometimes when it's really, really good, when I see something I've seen before a lot of times, I may up my risk to maybe like 3%, 4%. Knowing I can manage risk. The only reason I'm increasing risk is knowing that I can manage risk. So whenever I'm increasing my lot size, I'm being really, really strict on my risk management. I I just came across your live stream randomly one day and have been hooked up to it ever since. Oh, nice. This is going to continue till I gain enough for microfluidity. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Yeah, we've been here for like 4 years now. We've been live streaming for about 4 years. Do you think NFP will bring volume today? What's your experience? I'm not sure. There's no volume. Gold is closed. I mean, pound yen is what it is. There's no volume. The only reason I'm here is to see NFP to basically see what happens. I thought today is a holiday for the US and UK. Today is Good Friday for both. Yes. What is happening to spread right now? It's kind of large. Yes, because there's no volume, right? Guys, listen. When there's no volume, spread is high because here's what happens, right? So listen to this very carefully. When you're trading on a platform, right? When you're trading on a platform and there's no volume, right? The systems, they want you to trade because when you trade in low volume, the spreads are higher, and the way brokers make money is from the spread. If the spread is higher, they make more from the spread. And I mean, just take a look at this right now. There's no volume, spread is high. So why do you want to pay that large spread to take a trade in low volume? Doesn't make any sense to me. Right? It's the same thing as someone trying to trade in New York session afternoon, when there's no volume, spreads are high, just don't. Any recommendations for a journaling program? Yes, there's one really good one, Trixie.trade. Trixie.trade. This is a really, really good journaling platform. Let me see if I can get some, let's see here. This is an example of how you can journal trades in Trixie. So you can have them in winning, setups to watch, losing, setups. This is one of our members journal over here. So you go to winning trades. Let me show you how it looks like. So when you journal a trade, right, not only you can, this is not a screenshot, this is a liquidity feed. This is a feed from TradingView, right? You can put annotations on it. And the best thing I like about this is that if you change the time frame, let's say I go to 15-minute to 30-minute, I can see that same situation on a 30-minute. So you don't need to take multiple screenshots. You go to, if I want to see the 5-minute, all I do is go to 5-minute and boom, I see the structure on the 5-minute. Just insane, crazy. You can have all your comments here, pictures here. If you want to add them, you can add indicators and stuff like that. So Trixie.trade. And then there's another one that some people use. This is Trello. I think this is where you need to put multiple screenshots and stuff like that. I don't have any examples for this, but yeah. One guy I know has been pushing Forex trading in his IG for years. I always thought Forex was a scam because he was trying to recruit me and all the stupid shit. I didn't know what IM Academy was back then. Glad I decided to do my own research and found Raja. Moral of the story, do your own research. Oh, nice. Maybe in future we can pay that journal fee with commission. Probably not. That's a monthly fee and I'm not sure that's going to happen. What I do know is I think they gave out 3 free months to people who pre-ordered Magic Keys, because we had a little delay in shipping for Magic Keys because chip shortage and stuff like that. So I think all you guys there, you got 3 months free with Trello. Just saw you are following Sunny Ali on Instagram. Is there any collaboration planned? If not, for people who don't know who Sunny Ali is an entrepreneur in Pakistan who started this entire Amazon movement in Pakistan. Becoming an affiliate on Amazon, FBA, stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty good at that point. I understand that when volume is low, spreads are high, but why spreads go high on important news? At important news, there's a lot of volume. Shouldn't spread be low? I don't get the logic. The thing is that when you have big news events, those events, people know that, well, I mean, the liquidity providers know that people will be trading those news events, right? Because there's high volume and there's greed in people, in traders, so they want to trade. So when they see that everyone will be willing to trade news events, they want the most money they want to get. So that's why the spreads go up at that point too. So that's why when you enter on a news event, you're going to see your positions, they really get fucked over because of the spreads. Spreads are too high. How would you say USD is closed? It's literally NFP. That wouldn't happen if it's closed. I never said USD is closed. I said pound is closed, euro is closed, Swiss is closed. Gold is closed. Equity market is closed. It's Good Friday. What do you think about Ichimoku Cloud 4-hour signal? I have no idea what that is. Is gold going to open when NFP comes out? Yeah, gold's going to open at 8:30 and at 8:45 it's going to close back again. It's not a shop, man. It's closed. It's like, is gold going to open its doors for us to enter the trade on NFP? We'll see. We'll see. This is the first time, for me, this is the first time this is happening, so we're going to see what happens. I've never experienced this before myself, so we're going to see what happens, basically. NYC is closed today. Yeah, see, it's closed today.
Assalamu alaikum, Rajat bhai.
Hello, Aslam. How are you?
Sir, I'm fine, sir. I'm hoping that you are fine too.
Yes, yes.
Sir, I've seen Sean's story. I think you know.
I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. As you say, mentor, as you say.
Yeah, no problem.
Over and out.
Yeah, let's not give exposure to people who should not get exposure. I read there isn't value, but in the news there will be wild because only institutions will move the price. Yes. I mean, just take a look over here. Take a look on Friday what's going on here. Everything is closed. We're going to see what happens on NFP here. We're going to see what kind of a volume we get here today. But other than that, I don't think anything's going to happen. Are you doing another webinar soon? Probably. We're going to have a simulation session tomorrow or Sunday. I'm going to announce the date here later, but probably on the 25th, there's going to be a webinar. There's going to be a webinar on a topic that has been decided yet. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Is your thing pre-recorded for life? I wish to know whether I can be able to attend live before I sign up. Yeah, it's all recorded. Wow, this guy's really spamming this question over here. Alright. I took the GA trade yesterday and it was the ugliest 15-minute candles. Can you go over what your risk management would be for yesterday's GA trade? GA trade. Let's see here. GA. Well, we don't know where you took that trade. What trade was that? So I can't take a look at that without that information. Does NFP have any impact on GJ? You know, sometimes. I've seen pound yen really move with NFP, but I've only seen it move when the numbers have been really off, right? So let's say they're looking at 652,000. Let's say the numbers are really, really up or numbers are really, really low. And the only reason that's going to happen is because, you know, a change in USD is going to be a change in yen, even though yen is closed. But if that's a massive change in USD, then that's going to have a chain reaction with the yen. And of course, like, you know, with that, you're going to see pound yen move, you know, because yen is part of pound yen over here. If you already have magic keys and market fluidity, anything else we can use tokens on Dominion markets? Probably not. No, not yet. We're trying to get some other educators on the platform. If they do, you could probably use it towards that. But other than that, those are the only two things we have right now.
What about steak?
Steaks. Oh, steaks I get from your pockets. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's all good. That's all good all day long.
Yeah, steaks I get from your pockets.
Right.
Yeah, man, 100%. Raja's gonna come back from Pakistan with so many stories of how people just chilling over there, how Canadians are just so scared. Yeah, man. I mean, if you look at our neighbors in the U.S., they're just chilling. You know, there's no lockdowns. There's no these. I mean, Canada is becoming like authoritative jail right now. Like the way things are happening, it's just wild. Like I came to Canada and I was like, man, this is such a peaceful country, so nice. They made weed legal, so relaxed, but not anymore. Um, the refreshers will be done. Is the simulation session? Yes. So the simulation sessions are the refreshers that we talked about. I bought gold at 1720 yesterday. Once it breaks 80%, my run is still running. Problems, I have no idea what market's closed today. Now the question is, today's NFP, if market open in a gap on Monday or gold drop, it would stop out at break even or would stop out. Oh, okay. So the question is that someone has a trade on, what trade is this? I bought gold at 1720. Okay, so you bought gold at 1720 right over here. You bought gold at 1720, you close 80% of a position, your stops are at break even right over here. So if the market gaps on Monday, let's say the market opens down over here, it's going to open below your stop loss. That's what's going to happen. It's going to open below your stop loss, and whatever the difference in price is, that's going to be a loss at that point.
Also, we don't know what King Jong-un's going to do, mate, over the weekend.
Yeah, we don't know what he's going to do either.
So I think personally, I don't like leaving positions open over the weekend at all. I'd rather close it and just start back up fresh on Monday.
Yeah. No, I guess like most people, they had no idea gold's going to be closed here. That's the thing, mate. Okay. I live in Armello, Texas, and let me tell you, everyone here acts like the virus does not exist. Then come to Canada, man. It's a whole different story in Canada. In Canada, they're acting like everyone's just dropping dead if you go outside. That's what it is. Hey Raja, how you come up with the name Magic Keys? So the name Magic Keys we came up with, so we were deciding what name to give it, right? And we basically came up with a interim name, not like a permanent name. And we're like, okay, for now we're just gonna call it Magic Keys because we had no idea what to call it, and we just went ahead with that, Magic Keys. They were keys, and the way I used it on my MetaTrader, I'm like, bro, this is magic. Because once you first get Magic Keys, or the first time you get Magic Keys, you hit Open Calc, and then you hit Open Trade. It opens the trade. You hit Open Close Half. It closes half. Closes custom. You're like, wow, this is magic. And that's where like, oh yeah, this is Magic Keys. Market fluidity was just like, I'm just trying to be fluid in the markets, and the way you can be fluid in the markets is by reading candles and acting on candle closes, candle passing each other. So that's what it was. Dominion markets was, I don't know, like it was looking for a synonym that would rhyme with sanctuary, domain, like a place. So like so Dominion came along. See here. Does price move over the weekend? I know you don't advise please leaving trades open with good reason. However, I know gold has a bullish gap when its bearish price goes up. Yes, price is always moving over the weekends. And the reason why price is moving over the weekend is because, the market is still open over the weekend. The fundamentals are still happening over the weekend. That's affecting price. So whenever price is moving in the market over the weekend, you can't see it because the brokers are closed. So whenever your feed opens up, the next best price you see is what you get on the charts, whenever they open up. So that's why you get those gaps. All these countries saying you can fly there if you had the vaccine, but they haven't proven that the vaccine will stop you from carrying. The thing about Canada is that when you come in, you have to quarantine in the hotels, and even if you have had the medicine, you still have to quarantine in the hotels. Yeah, it's just dumb. I don't know who's making these laws, but I think they're on crack, whoever's making these laws. I don't understand this. Let's see here. Everyone is saying main thing is trading is risk management and over trading, but adopting it is very difficult. How to apply risk management and not to overtrade for a new trader? I think the best thing to do at that point is to focus on 1 or 2 trades a day and forget about making thousands of dollars a day from trading when you start trading. That's just not going to happen. What programmer did you find for the magic key ideas? That's actually funny because when we first started, I basically made a post on Instagram that I was looking for a programmer, and there was this one guy. He was already halfway through of making some device like this. So we're like, okay, awesome. So basically partnered up with him, and now we're good friends. I'm looking to change my broker. Dominion Markets is okay for the UK traders. I've been with you at your streams about 4 months now, doing very well. 2 trades and I'm staying in profits. Oh, nice. Beautiful. Yeah, I think if you want to switch, I think it's going to be a pretty good ride. We're going to see how that goes. Does Magic Key work on MetaTrader 4 with any brokerage? Yes. It works with any broker. Magic Keys. Could you please break down US 30? All right, let's take a look at US 30 over here. Even though there's going to be no trading here, but we're still going to look at US 30. All right, let's take a look at the daily time frame. Daily is moving up. We got daily highs around 33,200 right over here. Seems like we're breaking above this resistance as well on the daily time frame. Looking on the 4-hour, we're coming up to a resistance on the 4-hour. We're going to take a look at that in more detail on the 1-hour time frame. Looking at the 1 hour now, we basically had a support formed at 33,200 right here, right? And seems like we're rejecting some resistance on the left hand side. Let's take a look at that on a 30-minute time frame. Yeah, we're basically coming up to a rejection at this point. So let's measure this range now. This is a 27-point range, not enough range at all. Low volume. We measure this range here where price is in, 42-point range, not enough range, low volume. I'm having a stress-free trading week following my discipline, just 1 trade a day. It feels relaxed and satisfied. In fact, I'm able to learn. Oh, nice. Learn more by avoiding over-risking and over-trading. Nice, nice. Sorry for spamming, but could you make a BitClout coin? Yes, I applied for that and I didn't get an email yet. Canada is going into another lockdown? Yes, from tomorrow. What lot size do you recommend for a new trader with a balance of $1,000? What pairs should I stay away from? So if you're a new trader and you have $1,000, I think you need to focus on, you need to choose one pair. I would say maybe choose Euro JPY, or I would say GBP JPY. I mean, USD JPY is just too slow. Your JPY is good pair. You have USD CAD. USD CAD is a good pair. But the thing is, you need to focus on just one or two pairs. That's the whole thing. The idea about trading is, when you're a new trader, is that you need to you need to be a master of just one pair. And we're focusing on one pair. Sometimes the pair is going to range one day and there will be no trades. And this will happen, Someday when you're focusing on your one pair and there are no trades on that pair, you'll be forced to look at some other pair. And the moment you look at some other pair, because there's no trades on your pair, is the moment where you will deviate from your trading plan and you will go down a very, very tough road of losses. This has happened to me. This has happened to people. I've witnessed it, and that's not a good time at all. So when you have no trade on that one pair, just call it a day. That's like when you have a husband or a wife. Some days they're acting up, and you don't want to talk to them. Do you go and get a new one, or do you just say, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna wait for another time. You just wait for another time. When they're not acting up. And then you're like, all right, now's the time to talk to them. You don't go get another one. You're like, okay, I already have one. So, you can learn a lot. So trading is a lot about life too. I compare life to trading a lot. There's a lot of same concepts, a lot of same, things happen there. So, yeah. And it's going to get expensive too if you go get another one.
Words of wisdom.
Yeah, words of wisdom. Good morning, Raja. Would you take this trade if it's not bank holiday? Quento ni ronging kilo. Let's take a look over here. Mr. Quento has been here for us for a long time. If this, yeah, I think you got your stuff upside down, but I wouldn't take that trade because there's no wick. There's no wick at the bottom of that previous candle. Yeah, I wouldn't take that trade. Would you recommend any books to master candlestick wicks? No, there are no books written on wicks. You need to look at the charts. The way I understood wicks and this whole concept of wicks don't lie and stuff like that, that all came from by just looking at the charts. Can you take a look at NZD JPY? There's no reason to look at NZD JPY because it's closed. New Zealand is closed. Yen is closed, right? New Zealand and yen is closed. Here I'm going to paste this link here in the gulag again, so you can look at the trading times. I blew my account yesterday and I what? Stopped over there.
Hey bro, I got a question for you.
Yes.
So traditionally when you look at candlesticks, right? A candle with like a really bullish candle, for example, right, with no wick at the top. Traditionally, when I studied it, it indicated that it was a bullish candle. Okay. How did you figure out the fact that if it didn't have a wick, it's actually not a bullish candle, it's actually 50-50?
Because when you have wicks, like let's say you have a for example, you have a trend that's moving up. Let's say like this one here, right? You have candles moving up, and if a candle is going to have a wick, then I know that, okay, there's a opportunity for the next candle to fill that wick, because price tried going up, it couldn't go up, like it moved up to the highest point here and then came down. So I would look at that as, okay, like, then there's a potential wick to fill. And when I started looking at candles, something like this, when they have no wick on the top, and I saw that, okay, like, it's always a 50-50, like, look, here, no wick on the top, price reversed. And when you look right over here, there's no wick at the bottom. There's a tiny wick, but I'll call that as like a wick, like no wick at the bottom, and price moved down. And when I looked at this candle here, even though we have clean range to the left-hand side, no wick at the bottom, it moved right back up, and then right over here too. The 30-minute candle closed, no wick at the bottom, moved right back up. So that's why I saw that, okay, like, next time when there's no wick at the bottom, if price is moving down, I'm just going to stay away from that candle, because it's basically 50-50, and if price does retrace, that means we're creating a low and we may have an opportunity for price to continue back down to retest that low. So I needed to see a wick to be able to take that trade.
Yeah, got it. I mean, I traditionally, when I'd studied it, and I'd been on 2 candlestick courses, and so all the patterns like free soldiers and all this business, 10 pros and all that business, but that is, I think, in essence, I thought, how did this guy pick this up? Because I hadn't seen that anywhere else. Like in any other media and any other book, and I probably read in my time, probably close to about 25, 30 books in total, and it's not in any of them. So that, and plus trade management, which is not in anything. Absolutely. I mean, I've read every single thing, and they just say put 1% in. That's all they say. Just put 1%. That's the maximum that I've seen anybody develop the trading game, if you know what I mean. Whereas you've taken that in one level up and say, we're going to cut half, we're going to cut half, we're going to cut half, end up 0.3. I think that's you up to your level. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like my whole thing was to make sure to take lower losses, because like when I first started trading, everyone told, like, the first thing we learn is that the market is open at all times. The second thing we learn is that you need to keep your losses small and your winners big. And in the start, I didn't really understand what that meant. To make my losses small, what do you mean? Like, if I have a 10 pip stop loss and I have 10 pip take profits, then it's basically 1-to-1 all the time. And it really took a lot of effort to kind of like understand that, okay, what it meant to really keep your losses small. So it's like, let's say for example that you're taking, let me see a better chart over here. Okay, so let's say you're taking buys on gold, right? Let's say you're taking buys on gold and you take a buy right over here, and your stop loss is, let's say, below this level right here, right? And you're targeting this area right up over here. Your stop loss is down here. You have a 1-to-1 risk reward, whatever, right? So now, once price starts coming down and it starts breaking the lows here, I looked around and I'm like, okay, like, if an uptrend means that candles have to make higher highs and higher lows, what will basically nullify this uptrend? And the only thing I could find was that, okay, if a candle breaks the low, then that means we have nullified the uptrend, and that means price will continue to move down. So that's when I saw in the candles, I'm like, okay, if the candles have to move bullish, they have to make higher highs and higher lows. But if a candle breaks the low of the previous candle, then that's an opportunity for price to maybe, like, break that uptrend to maybe move down. So that's where I'm like, okay, at that point, I'm going to close 50%, 20%, 10% to really, like, if price does hit my stop, I'm going to lose less than what I plan to lose. And that was the point where I really understood that, oh, this is what they mean by keeping losses small.
Yeah, absolutely. But if you were to, what it is, I found that from all the books I read, that detail was just not in there at all. It's not in any course. It's not in any, and actually, and even if you look at your, and I think, with regards to all your YouTube videos, the ones where you analyze your trades and go back and analyze them for the week or the month or whatever, I think that detail is not anywhere else. Do you know what I mean? When you actually look at each trade and say, look, I cut 50% here, maybe it was wrong or whatever, or right or whatever, but you're like, look, I cut my loss there, then I moved on to the next one and the next one, and not over trading. I think for people to learn, that's the one thing they can pick up, and then that will just, increase their win rate, tenfold, because they're not making losses, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because when I first started, all I saw in all courses, in all the videos on YouTube, all I saw was people telling you how to make the most money possible in trading. And that's a common theme till now. You go to any YouTube channel, all you're going to find is, oh, if you want to make money, you got to do this. If you want to make money, you want to do this. Join my channel, or join my group, or join this signal, or do these things, or use this indicator to make a lot of money. No one really talked about how to keep losses small. And I looked at it and said, well, if no one's really talking about that, how are people supposed to keep the losses small? So that's the niche I saw, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to try to see if we can get something out of it. And, here we are by risk management. Let's take a look over here. This is, oh, what's this? Tadawul MT30. What? How this type charts are figured out. Do you even trade this chart? I mean, if you don't trade this chart, I don't think you should be looking at this chart.
That's the Saudi stock market.
Oh. So basically you have a resistance, you have support formed here. I think price broke this support. So maybe you want to break this support to maybe continue down. I don't know what kind of volume this thing has. So yeah, you just gotta, I mean, it's easy. So when you look at the chart, you plot out the most recent support, most recent resistance, and then you see where price can move after that. Have you ever read the book Secrets of the Millionaire Mind? No, I have not read the book Secrets of that. I made a mistake today. I traded and got both trades losses. But yesterday I saw your live stream and today instead of 30 pip I made, instead of minus 30 I made minus 15. Nice. Still good. Nice. Took a sell when there's no volume. Beautiful. There's no need to trade when the pair is closed. You guys really gotta calm down. I mean, it says pound bank holiday. There's no fucking reason to trade pound when it's a bank holiday. I mean, why even trade when there's a bank holiday and just take losses? And then guys say, oh man, I can't win, I take losses. Because you don't understand. It's a fucking bank. If there's a bank holiday, will you still go to the bank? Will you go to the bank? No, because you know it's a bank holiday. So why even trade when there's a pound bank holiday, euro bank holiday, CAD bank holiday? I mean, come on, man. We gotta be smart about this here. I mean, you got money to blow? Send it to my PayPal. I'll keep it safe. I promise.
Whose money, Raja?
Yeah. Money banks. Send it over.
Maybe they are doing some funding challenges, no? Maybe they must trade.
Yeah, but still at the end of the day, you know, it comes down to discipline. How disciplined you are and how much you respect your own self. You know, if you don't respect yourself, you're probably gonna, I mean, I don't know. You just have to have a very strong command over your psychology, over your mental state, like when you're looking at the charts.
Yeah. Maybe for those who must trade today, they can just open a small lot, you know, just to small lot if they must trade because of the challenges.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, take like a very, very small lot if you really want to trade, but other than that, there's no point in trading at all today. As a mechanic, and I can say it's best for your fuel pump to have at least half a tank of gas. Lower than that, and your pump works harder, and there is a chance of any sediments of the pump to getting into the pump. Oh, have at least half a tank of gas. I normally fill the tank up and fill it back up when it's completely empty. I'm not sure if that's good or not. Unless your strategy works on holidays, proven by... Oh. Alright. Oh, thank you, Mr. Alok. I really appreciate the kind words. Check out GJ 15 minute. How many candles today with no wicks after Asia closed due to low volume time? Yeah, there's just no volume here today. I mean, these ranges are pretty small too. Look at this, it's like a 25 pip range. Do you want monthly, weekly, and daily timeframes to correlate to be confident that price will move in that same direction on small time frames? No, not really. I mean, if I'm looking at the daily time frame, this doesn't really tell me anything at all right now. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, it just tells me that we're creating a support. Looking on 1-hour time frame, we're just ranging. The only thing I see, if there was volume in the market, I may be looking for buys above 152, 980, or even above 153 for price to move up. That's the trade I'd be looking for if there was volume today. But there's no volume, so it doesn't even, make sense to look at anything here to trade. I'm only here till NFP, till 8:30, and after that I'm off. Raja D's, they crush candles by just their biceps. Yeah, I've been going to the gym every day. Take a look at this. Yeah, biceps. Raja biceps.
Rama, is it better to trade before workout before trading or after the trading session?
Depends up to you. I work out after trading because it's too early still. So yeah. Before, I used to work out at 5 a.m. and then start the sessions around 6:30, 6:45. That was also good because your body wakes up and then you get going.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, no problem. You know what's funny? Guys go to the gym for the ladies, but they get most compliments from guys. Yes. Yeah. When I'm working out, I see guys just like looking, and when a bigger dude comes in the gym, I'm just like, oh wow, damn, he's big. Oh, he's lifting a lot of weight. And most times I go up to the guy, I'm like, hey man, like, what's this exercise for? It's true. Guys look at guys more in the gyms. Like, peeking from their peripheral vision, like looking to see what the guy's doing. Bank holidays, less trades, choppy markets, market structure respected, more manipulation equals to blown accounts equal McDonald's full time. Yes, that's true. That is absolutely true. Have you seen ICT's work? If so, what's your opinion on his methods? To be honest, I'm going to be honest here. Someone gave me his videos. They were like around, I think, 30 hours of videos. I watched the first 10 minutes and it was just too complicated. I guess I was too new at that time, but it was too complicated for me at that time. And after that, I never looked into that. Ooh, blew my account, and I know the exact reason for that, and I'm having a real hard time getting over it. I don't know what to do, thinking about taking a long break to clear my mind. Yes. Whenever you have like a bad run, let me tell you this, right? So a lot of times people are going to message me like, for about 2 weeks of them having good trades, good discipline, they're doing well. And then a time is going to come along that one day they'll message me, hey man, I fucked up today. I took 4 trades today. I took 9 trades today. I blew my account. I don't know what to do. What do you think? And I tell them this one thing. I'm like, listen, for the past 2 weeks, you were trading with discipline. You were making gains, right? You were having a really, really good trading record. And this one day you had a bad time and you blew everything. That does not mean you're a bad trader, right? That means you just let your emotions come into play. But as if you look at your history, like for the last week or 2 weeks, you've had wins in the last week. You are a good trader. So whenever you feel like you've blown an account after having a good run, don't think you're a bad trader. You're a really, really good trader because you had great discipline the first 2 weeks, and just one day is not going to determine that you're a bad trader. Trust me, one day doesn't determine you're a bad trader. You're still a good trader. You're an amazing trader. You have wins in the past. You've traded with discipline, and you just got to tap into that back again. That's all what you got to do. You got to tap into that state of mind again. What I do is, when I used to have bad runs, I used to look at all my wins. I used to look at my wins as inspiration that, oh, okay, Raja, you did this. You did this in the past, and you can do it again. So that's what I do. That's why I have all my highlights up on my Instagram. Like, where I made trades and did withdrawals and had smaller losses just to inspire my own self. Sometimes, like, you guys see me come on the live streams here every day, like happy and cheerful. Man, some days I don't want to be on the live stream. Some days I'm having a bad day. I'm having a bad morning. I don't want to be here, but then I look at my history there and I'm like, wow, I did that. I've done all these live streams. This is me. So that's what inspires me to come on here every single day with the same attitude, with the same, helping nature. Like, I want to say something sick for a mic drop moment, but I can't. Those words aren't popping in my mind right now. So there's no mic drop moment. Like, you know, sometimes when you're ranting on, and all of a sudden you go to his mic drop moment, you're like, boom, yeah, there we go. What's this chart over here? Pound yen for impulse entry. Should we wait for this break of area? For impulse entry, you're looking at, I would think that you would need price to break above this area. You would need a candle to kind of like break above right here for an impulse entry. Only if there's volume in the market. There's no volume right now. Nothing. So don't even think about executing a trade. Don't even think about it. How many people can enroll on the 25th intake? Well, I would say there are limited seats, but since it's online, there are no limited seats. Whenever someone says, oh, there are limited seats for an online thing, man, what do you think? Are they buying virtual chairs? Oh, guys, we only have 4 virtual chairs left. No, man. There's no such thing like that. Why isn't there volume today, though? Is it because of the holiday? Yes, it's because of the holiday today. It's Good Friday. It's holiday today. Gold is closed. This is the first time it's happening that I'm looking at NFP when we have all these holidays. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. We got about 35 minutes left here today. I look at your IG, you used to take multiple entries. Why no more? Because I think I got more mature in the market. That's why I stopped taking more entries. I know 2 years ago, 3 years ago on the live streams, we were taking like, believe it or not, we were taking like 6 trades in a day during the live streams. Like 6 trades, 5 trades, just going off, you know, but then slowly, like, you know, started getting more disciplined, started to get more mature in the markets. Yeah, man, those are wild times. You look at the old live streams; they were just wild. How long will you be off? No live streams, and is someone planning to take over Sacha Mega Kerwin? I'm not sure about that, but I'm gonna be back on probably the 15th April. If not the 15th, then the 19th April. Yeah. I need a course in French. Can Raj offer a course in French? Comment allez-vous? Comment allez-vous? That's the only French I know. Ça va bien? Je m'appelle Raja. Comment tu t'appelles? Comment tu t'appelles, Raja? Yeah, that's the only French I know. What reason you're not reporting your fake account on IG? The guy who is copying, sending me message saying he made 100,000 in Bitcoin, because he's blocked me. I reported him and he blocked me. All these fake accounts, they block me, man, and then they try to scam people with Bitcoin. One thing I know is that whoever messages you, like if a fake account of me message you and you think that's me, just ask them to send a voice note. And 110% they will never send a voice note because obviously that's not me. You only trade 2 hours every day, 2.5 to 3 hours every day. You know, I look at the chart. I sit and look at the chart. I don't think looking at charts more than 2.5 to 3 hours a day is good for you. So, you know, I just focus on that time frame. How much money it takes to open a brokerage? It takes a lot. You got the setup fees, 15, 20. You gotta front up money for liquidity. Then you got the monthly running costs. Monthly running cost is the main cost. It's like 15,000 a month. You know, apart from the money you have to front up for liquidity. How much profit can you make from your brokerage though? I have no idea. No idea. Just story them and ask your followers to report them and they'll be gone. How long it takes for you to sustain in Forex. It depends on what your goals are in trading, what you're looking at, what your bills are, what you're trying to do. Mainly what your goals are in trading. So that's gonna basically tell you how much you want to be in it, or what you want to risk and where you want to be in the long term. The GA trade taken at 1.8100 level that was called out yesterday on stream. What would have been your risk management? I don't know. I think you need to send a chart and then we can take a look at that. Actually, let's take a look over here. Take a look on the 1 hour time frame. 1.81, 1.8100. Oh, was it a buy over here? I think this was a buy. Yeah, I don't know. Risk maybe would have been in this range over here somewhere. Within this range, probably like 15 pips, something like that. You won't be here next week, correct? And Dominion Markets will be up on Monday? Yes. Yes. Why is it bad to look at the charts for so long? It's bad to look at the charts for so long because your mind starts to play tricks on you, and then you start entering trades when you should not be entering trades. That's why it's bad to look at charts. I think I need one understanding price action, man, because I think my understanding really needs a bit of help. Can I grasp the whole concept? I think you need to send more charts. You need to send more charts. Because when you send charts, we see what your analysis is, and then we can critique you based on that. Can someone make billion from trading? Not on a retail trading level, on institutional trading level, yeah. Now someone's going to talk about that guy who made billions in the UK, but look, he's in jail now, so you can't. Because I know someone's going to say it. Oh, but this guy in the UK made billions. Yeah, but he's in jail. Did you know about the NFTs trend right now? No, I studied NFTs a week ago, so now I know about NFTs. Man, these new technologies are coming up every day, and the more we think they're just dumb, they're basically making money. Think about the people who said Bitcoin was just virtual currency, and look where it's at right now. NFTs, same thing like Bitcoin. Told a few people yesterday about NFTs. They're like, oh yeah, it's just garbage. No, it's not garbage, man. This is the Gen Z thing, this over here, NFTs. They're owning rights to the internet. Oh wow, it's crazy. I've joined this live stream for about a year, and I started to figure out that Raja has repeated the same answer with the same exact vocabulary for the same question that has been asked every day for the whole year. Yes. It's like an instinct right now. It's like a reflex. When a question comes to me, my reflex is, 1 or 2 trades a day, man. Just 1 or 2 trades. Just 1 to 2 trades, and everything's going to be okay. Oh man, I blew my account. How can I have a strong control on psychology? Again, reflex action. 1 or 2 trades. That's all what it is. Just take 1 or 2 trades and then go over your entire session to see how you could have done better in those 1 or 2 trades. And then you come back the next day. That's it. That's what made a huge difference in my trading. Biggest difference. And put the runners at break even and let them run. The reality is that your runners will always get stopped out. I would say 70% of the time, your runners will always get stopped out. That's what I've seen. I've tried swing trading. I've tried a lot of things that are there to try, and I saw a lot of time my runners would get stopped out. I'm new to trading FX and I'm already ready to quit my 9 to 5. The potential of financial freedom blows my mind. Yeah, I don't think you're ready to quit your 9 to 5 yet, man. The illusion of making money is really high than the reality. When you look at social media, YouTube, it seems like it's really easy to make money and 9 to 5 is garbage and this, that. I know more people who are doing well in life working 9 to 5 than people who are on this entrepreneurial journey. Trust me on that. There are more people who are on 9 to 5 who own homes, who own cars, who have a family. And when you look at people who quit their 9 to 5 to go on the entrepreneurial route, they don't have nothing. A very small percentage people are successful at that because they always see this illusion of like, being financially free. I'm going to be an entrepreneur. No, man, you need to be a smart ass to be an entrepreneur first. You can't be a dumbass and just quit your 9 to 5 and think you're just going to make a lot of money. No, it doesn't work like that. There's a very small percentage. Why isn't IQ options legit? Because it's binary, it's borderline gambling, so that's why it's not, it's basically not regulated enough in almost all jurisdictions in the world. So that's why it's kind of, also like, I think the broker industry around options, IQ options and options trading, binary options, stuff like that, they were very, very shady. They ran away with money and it was just a bad time for a lot of people. If it's even possible for an individual to reach the institution level of trading, and is that even good? Yeah, it's possible. You got to work for an institution to be at that level. You got to get your licenses. I think it's Series 6 and Series 7 licenses. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's according to my understanding. Catch Me Outside girl made 1 million in one day with OnlyFans. Oh wow. Yeah, I saw that this morning.
Yeah, like 800K.
To be honest, man, on my social media, that was the most hot trending news this morning. Nothing about lockdown, nothing about vaccines.
Bad baddie.
Bad baby made 1 million.
Bad baddie, no? Her name?
Yeah.
Catch me outside. How about that?
It's lockdown outside, man. Can't catch you outside.
Get police on your ass.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay inside. Catch me inside.
If I could summarize two things are don't trade the range and manage risk. Yes, never ever trade the range. Very hard. Have you ever tried backtested ATR based stop losses since market conditions change and maybe adapting to the new change? No, I don't think ATR. No, I don't even know what ATR is. I just look at candles basically. Because okay, here's the thing, right? We have different confirmation candles, right? So let me do this here. Confirmation candles. You have the strong confirmation candles and you have weak confirmation candles. Strong confirmation candles are daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, and borderline 30 minute, right? Weak confirmation candles are your 15-minute, 5-minute, and 1-minute. These are weak confirmation candles. This means that when you have trends on the strong confirmation candles, the trends are going to be very strong, valid trends, right? This means that when you have strong confirmation candles, there's a very high probability that if the candle is moving bullish, the next candle will respect its low and it will continue moving bullish as well. There's a less probability that a candle is going to break a low to continue down on your strong confirmation timeframes. But when you have weak confirmation timeframes, you're going to notice that most times when prices, let's say, let me get a better color. So let's say if price is trending down, don't need this one. Let's say price is trending down, right? You have bearish candle, and you're looking at the 15-minute. There can be a candle that can move up and break its high, and then you can have the next candle start to go back down again. This can happen on the 15-minute time frame, 5-minute time frame. This is why these are weak confirmation time frames, because these time frames can break their own highs, they can break its own trend, and then continue on with the trend. But on the stronger confirmation time frames, that's very unlikely to happen. So that's why I focus on your 30-minute, 1 hour for trends and biases and stuff like that. What do you think about cTrader? I think it's a very neat platform, cTrader. It's pretty expensive though, but it's pretty neat. Okay, I'm going to read it the way it's written here. Hi, Raj. Can you do 2 down analysis and can we trade the strategy in stocks? Do 2 down analysis. I mean, I don't know. Stocks have less volume than Forex, so I'm not sure how well that's gonna work out. Why is gold closed? Because the gold market is closed today. It's a Good Friday. Have you ever busted your trading account? If so, how did that happen? Yeah, I've busted my trading account twice, and it happened was because I didn't use a stop loss. Basically, well, I had a stop loss, but I removed it. You know, that's basically how I blew my account. What broker do you use? Right now, I'm using Dominion Markets. It's going to be on over the weekend or Monday for you guys to register if you want. And yeah. Good luck, everybody. Don't pay for stuff you don't need. Devices and mentorships are everywhere these days. Yes, that's true. Hope everyone is fine here. I have just joined and noticed right then the notice. No trades, there's no volume. Question is, how to firmly decide if there's actually volume or not? Well, how to decide if there's volume or not? You go to forexfactory.com and then now first you need to understand how is price moved, right? Price is moved by activity in the banks and it's moved by the activities in your your large hedge funds, institutions, algos, stuff like that. So now when you look at forexfactory.com, you see that Swiss bank is closed, okay. Euro bank is closed. Pound bank is closed. CAD bank is closed. So most major banks are closed. So when most major banks are closed, you ask yourself, is there going to be adequate volume in the markets? And the answer is going to be no. So now you've decided, oh, okay, so there's no volume today. Any advice on my lost trade? Still learning. So, learning session, 1 hour close bearish. So first of all, you traded when there's a bank holiday. So I'm going to say that this loss could have been avoided if there was no bank holiday. But anyway, we're going to continue on. Clean traffic, took the trade, took 60%, 15-minute candle close, bullish, stop loss hit. Yeah, it is what it is, right? I mean, I'm going to try to annotate it, even though this trade should never have been taken since it's a bank holiday. You had support, candle close below support. Okay, for price to move down, it had to break this low to continue down, right? Next candle close bullish, no sell over here. You have this candle closing bearish with small body. Okay, then you needed the low to be broken. This candle breaks the low, closes weak bullish candle, which means low volume. So at that point, maybe you could have managed your risk and then trade basically went the other way. But it was a bank holiday. Current resistance is at 152,590, 152,590, what? But your resistance is 152,976. Okay, yeah. You always say recent resistance. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is where it is, right? This is where it is right here. I mean, if price comes up, the after this area you have clean candles, right? So this is the area right here. Because after this area you have clean candles, and that's where you want to take a trade. You can't take a trade over here because you got resistance right there. Hello, I've started with $2,000. How much should I risk per trade? With that risk, how much time do you think I need to touch 5K and after that 10K? I think maybe not think of it in a way to reach 5,000 or 10,000. Maybe you should start risking 1% a day. With a $2,000 account, I may want to risk maybe $20 a day, $25 a day. Yeah. That's maybe what I would risk. $20 a day, $25 a day, maybe $30 a day, but nothing more than that. Will there be quarantine when you arrive in Pakistan? No, there's no quarantine when you arrive in Pakistan. Gold is closed. Yes, gold is closed today. Good Friday. It's Good Friday today. That's why gold is closed. Gold's been closed since yesterday. You look at your chart. I have my chart here on the side. When you look at your chart, you can see gold is closed. Yeah, even on the MetaTrader, there's no activity. Don't you think better buys would be above 153, 170? 153, 170? Yeah, that's going to be better buys over there too, right? But if there was volume, I'd be looking at buys above this area because you got 17 to 19 pip range over here. But then again, if you want to be safe, you're looking for better buys above 153, let's say 200 for price to move up. What's the main reason you were so profitable last year during summer months? Corona time. It was Corona time. There was a lot of volume in the market, man. I mean, you had on pound yen, the 15-minute candles were like 40 pips, 30 pips. I mean, you take a trade on pound yen, thing would move like 50 pips sometimes. Gold would move 80 pips, 90 pips. You know, so yeah, it was amazing. I mean, there was vaccine news. Every time there would be vaccine news, gold would just dump. You know, gold would dump. Pound yen would move up. US would move up. It was crazy times. Plus, also we had Trump too. Now you have Biden, and everything is just dead. Have you written any books? No. Maybe we'll see. Can I open an account with Dominion Markets from Pakistan, and how to transfer funds from Pakistan? So I think you should be able to. What we're trying to do is we're trying to facilitate local bank transfers there. So to facilitate people in Pakistan to be able to trade. Because I get a lot of questions about that. So I think this is the moment to kind of like get that done. What do you feel about correlations and how important it is in your trading plan? How should someone go about it when trading GJ, especially if you're looking for more than 10 pips? It's not about looking for more than 10 pips. It's about looking at the range. How much range do you have? Is it even possible to get 40 pips in the range or 30 pips in the range, right? Because if you're looking at the daily time frame here, let's take a look at the daily time frame, and let's put a line right over here. If you're looking at the daily time frame, obviously you're looking to the left hand side, and looking to the left hand side, you see there's a clean candle moving up. So if you're holding trades based on the daily, you're going to see that there is a lot of range on the daily. Let's see right here, right? There's a lot of range. It's like a 30-40 pip range on the daily time frame. And if you look on a smaller time frame, you know, now you see smaller ranges here. You know, this range is like, you know, 17-18 pips over here, and above this area you have a bigger range, 30 to 40 pips. You know, so it depends how big your range is and what trade are you trying to catch. Me, I trade during the intercession levels, and in the intercession levels I can get like 15 pips sometimes, 10 pips. You know, sometimes if you leave a runner and there's a lot of volume in the market, that can continue on moving for about 30-40 pips. How much percentage of commissions can we use for magic keys? That's still in the works. So more details going to be out soon. India banned Bitcoin in trading. Yes. Yeah, man. Indian government is, wow, crazy. Crazy the way they're doing things. Do you use high time frames to determine your trade and then stick with that bias through your session and lower time frames? Yes. And as you can see here, there are only 2,100 people in the YouTube today because it's a bank holiday. Good Friday. We have 14 minutes left for NFP here now. Are you trading NFP? No, it's a bank holiday. Why don't they want their citizens to get rich? I don't understand. Here's the thing. When people get too much money, they get a lot of power, right? Think about this, right? Okay, so let me break this down here for you guys. So think about, you have a family setting, right? You have a family setting. There's only one breadwinner in the house. And let's say you're a father, right? Now, this happens to a lot of guys. Now, I've seen this happen in one of the families here. Let's say that you have one breadwinner, and when people under you, they start making more money, in a way, they start getting control of the house more because they're making more money, and which means they're getting more power. So the person who has the more power, they're looking at that and saying, this is a threat to my throne over here. So I gotta probably, like, tighten up the rope here, even though they're making more money. So same thing happens with the governments, right? When you have the governments, and when the government sees that your regular people are making more money, what happens after that? They tax you more, right? Because when you start making more money, you start to get more independent. With independence comes power, and they're like, okay, if these people are getting powerful by making more money, man, we got to put more taxes on them. We got to regulate this certain industry more, because now they're getting way too powerful. And I think that's something that was happening with smaller businesses, because in the last 15 to 20 years, a lot of small businesses were popping up, and they were actually doing good. With the advent of the internet, they were making money, they were doing well. And then what happened? Lockdowns happened. What did the lockdowns do? They crushed small businesses. They crushed all the people. They were trying to open businesses, trying to be independent, trying to make more money. They crushed all the small businesses. And that's extremely sad. And that's basically what happened. They saw that, okay, like, guys are making money, they're becoming more powerful, or they have avenues to be powerful or independent, and they basically crushed it. Right? Same things happen when, like, you have a small government, and they see that, okay, people have the opportunity to make more money. They're like, all right, let's ban it. Let's just ban this thing. It is what it is, man. It's the world we live in. Do you think summer markets are going to be hard with low volume? It's very tough to say, man. This is the first time I'm going to experience this summer where we have lockdowns and vaccines and the virus, and I don't even know where Brexit is gone, but Brexit is quiet at this time. Yeah, it's going to be interesting times this summer. We're going to see what happens. Do many markets have demo accounts? Yes. You can open demo accounts. All right, we got 10 minutes left for NFP, and we're going to see what happens. Apart from the range that you want to execute in, what do you feel about correlations, and how important is it in your trading plan if the range you want to execute is 20 pips? Yeah, I think it's good. 20 pips is a pretty good range. I think you're mixing correlations and range together when they have nothing to do with each other. I remember I met an Indian who just immigrated to Canada, and he said that, oh, Indian Stock Exchange is having a lot of instruments to trade on gold, oil, silver, and other blue chip funds, future options for option use. Okay. Are you starting paid YouTube streams? No, that was an April Fool's joke, guys. I got so many messages yesterday. I even got emails yesterday. Some emails were, hey, where can we pay for the paid YouTube streams? And some were like, oh man, please don't start them. And I just didn't respond to any of those emails or questions because it was the April Fool's joke. Man, you guys started acting like your livelihoods are ending. Like, come on. This is for $20. Like, we give winning trades here. You guys can't even make $20 from a winning trade. Come on, man. Shit. Gotta make that money to make money. Please suggest NZD/USD or GJ is good pair for new trader at pre-New York and New York. Yeah, I think GJ is a pretty good pair for New York. Yeah, I think so. All right, we got 9 minutes left. How do you think learning how do you think learning how to trade during all this will turn out in the long run? I think it's pretty good. I mean, it's a skill. Trading currencies on smaller time frames is a really profitable skill if you can manage your emotions. Trust me on that. Manage your emotions, get some education, get a solid mentor, and basically just focus on 1 or 2 trades a day. That's it. 1 or 2 trades a day, and just keep coming back the next day, 1 to 2 trades, revise every trade, and make notes on why a certain trade happened. Hey, did you figure out why Forex influencers only live in apartments and condos? Yeah, because they have bad credit. Because if you want to own a house, you need good credit to get mortgage and to own a house. They have bad credit. Plus also it comes with, I mean, I don't know, maybe they're not in that stage of life to own a house, because the only reason I started to look for a house was because I started a family. Maybe that's the case. When you're too young, you don't have family, you don't look to get a house. Maybe that's the reason. But yeah, maybe they don't like owning homes. But at the same time, I mean, if I was making money and I was getting cash and I was like young guy, I would get maybe like small homes, like assets, small assets. We closed on a home 3 weeks ago. It was like a small one for about 260,000, right? So either I could use that 260 and buy a car, or I could use that 260 and put it in that property, which is give me, $1,300 a month, $1,400 a month. Oh, this was in outside Kingston, Chatham, Kent. It's right here, Chatham, Kent. Canada map. They have really good homes here. Here, let me show you guys. Realtor listings. Is this it? This is the website? No, this is not the website. I think it's this one right here. Find a home. Yeah, right here. So you zoom in. So this is what I do, right? So this is what I do. I zoom in. So I go to these small towns here, Chatham, Kent. You see right here, and I go to max price. Max price, I put 300,000. And then just zoom in. Yeah, I use Bing, guys. Don't roast me on using Bing. Haters. All right. Yeah. See, so right here. So I look for property. Let's say this is 249,000. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this dump over here. 249,000. You put 40,000 in it, renovate it. It's good to go. Give you like $1,200 a month. Easy. Right. And let's take a look at another one over here. 249. Yeah, look at this dump over here. 249,000. This is in Canada. Look at this home over here. Right, 249,000. You don't even need to get like a mortgage. I mean, we paid cash for that property. They had a lot of offers. They had offers for up to 320,000, but our offer was only hard cash offer. We're like, hey, listen, we have cash in hand. We can give you cash tomorrow. What do you say? They're like, they thought about it. We really pushed, and then we got it. Look at this home here, 269,000. Right? It's like parking your money here. You park your money here, and every month it's giving you money back in your bank account. Right? Nice small homes, man. You buy one home every 2 years. In 10 years, you got 5 homes. And 5 homes, they not only appreciate, but they're giving you passive income. In 10 years, you got 5 homes. They're giving you, let's say, like 6,000 a month in passive income. Awesome. You sell one and then you retire. That's the definition of passive income. Yes. Why cash to buy? Because if you got cash put aside to buy, you can just go buy it. Or you can get mortgage on it. It's still the same thing. To flip or to rent, to accumulate. My whole thing is to accumulate properties. You know, I have a mentor. His name is. You go to not Wicks don't lie. You go to Raja Banks. You go to Raja Banks, and then you go to that. Oh, that's not his name. Yeah, it's my mentor. This guy over here. The whole thing is to just accumulate small properties, small properties, small properties, and in 10 years time, 15 years time, you're chilling, you're living, you know. So that's the whole goal, to accumulate small properties and to have enough passive income coming from those properties that you can just relax. You know, this whole illusion of like, you know, live your life now, you only live once. I mean, what are you going to leave behind? Debt? That's not good. You're leaving behind debt for your family to pay off? No, man, screw that. You leave behind assets. If you pay 250 cash, wouldn't it take a long time to get that cash back? No, it won't, because you're taking your cash and you're putting your cash in this home. So you can, if you sell it, you'll get that money back. That's the whole thing, right? Because you're going to sell it, at the same price or even at a higher price, because, you know, property always appreciates. Even the slow appreciation, the fast appreciation, it always appreciates. But the point is you're getting every month some money on that property. Let's see here. Is there more advantages investing in properties in the US compared to Canada? It's the same thing. It's basically the same thing. You buy in the US, you buy in Canada, it's the same thing. So like, you know, if you got money in the bank, it looks good to have money in the bank. You know, you go to the bank, they always treat you nice. They say, sir, please, sir, this. They treat you super nice. They give you coffee, stuff like that. But that's not giving you anything, you know. So it's better to park the money somewhere else. Okay, so we got around 40 seconds left for NFP. We're going to see how gold moves. It's not going to move. So we're going to focus on USDJPY over here. You can see what happens in USDJPY. Obviously, we're still ranging here. Let's look on the 30-minute time frame, remove all analysis. So let's see if we tap into 110.650 or we tap down to 110.370. Very exciting times over here, guys. Be careful. Why don't we have volume in the market? Because it's bank holidays. Oh, nice. We're coming up to this level here. Almost tapped it. Almost tapped it. I think the numbers came really good numbers. Wow. Yeah, if UJ moved this much, I think these are really good numbers. It only moved like 16 pips, but that's a big move for UJ. See, pound yen just wicked up and down. That's it. Oh, wow, look at that. Full retracement after that. Damn. Gold? Wow, look at that move in gold. Damn. Look at that move. Holy, look at that candle. Look at that 1 minute candle. Didn't move nothing. Wow, big move.
Close the position, guys. Close them. Full close.
Yeah.
Secure position.
Secure positions, guys. Stops at break even. Oh, let's see what the numbers were. I think they were. Oh, wow. 916,000. Damn. Man. Wow. I can't believe this, man. US economy is open and Canada is shutting shit down. Why? Damn, this is nuts. This is nuts. I feel like Monday is going to be a further bearish move on gold over here. I mean, that's what I'm expecting on Monday. Yeah, we could see price coming down on gold on Monday. These are amazing numbers here. 916,000 from 652. Holy, this is insane. So for all those people who got the gold trade, congratulations. Yes. Congrats everybody. Gold trade won today. Yes, yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, don't spend all that money at once, man. Don't.
That go behind the scenes.
Dude, I'm in drawdown right now, dude. I'm in drawdown.
You're in drawdown on gold? Oh, man.
Oh man.
They moved so much, dude.
Behind the scenes, only on the secret broker we can see it.
Imagine people in Gulag watching this.
Man, if anyone's in drawdown on gold right now, yeah. Play it yourself.
You played
today.
yourself.
I'm gonna go buy that house for 250k now, Raja. Thank you.
Oh, nice, nice.
I hope nobody's holding position for the weekend. With that stop loss.
You know, I think people took trades yesterday, and when gold didn't open, they're stuck in those trades.
Yeah.
Because gold didn't open after yesterday.
Damn.
Yeah, we'll close that Asian open right at 8 p.m.
Oh, wow. US 30 rocketed up over here. Oh, moved 116 points. Damn. Will Dominion markets accept US traders via crypto? Yes. We're looking at bank deposits as well for the US only, so we'll see how that goes. Boss, explain about gold. How can we look gold for Monday? From where my understanding is, like looking on the 4-hour time frame, we're moving up, obviously, right? We have really, really good numbers. This is the first time I'm seeing that gold is closed during NFP. So from my understanding is that, okay, let's remove everything here first, right? Yeah, there's going to be, I mean, I would think there will be a gap, right? So you have support right here, and that support is around 39, 40 pips away. So I would say if there's going to be a gap and the gap is below 1725, this would mean that news basically dropped the spot price of gold below 1725, and price may, like, you know, respect this area to probably continue moving down 1719. That's where my understanding is. So we'll see what happens when we open back up again. Why didn't gold open? Because the equity market is closed on Good Friday. Just like the stock market is closed today. Wow, the only move here was on US 30. Do you expect more fall for gold, or already it did last few days? I'm not sure. We're not sure. Not sure at all. I mean, they had really, really good numbers, so I'd be expecting a gap. So let's see what happens on Monday. If someone has an open position on gold and they try to close today, would it actually close when the market opens, or would it need to be? Yeah, it will need to be executed again when market opens. So if you hit close, it's not going to close. Wow, US 30 really, really moved up here, rallying strong here at this point. Crazy. Man, I don't know if Tony is a scientist or he's an engineer, but seems like he's on a pillow and somehow he's got his cam hanging on the roof, or I don't know what's going on. Oh, that is on his chest. Yeah, like, is that hanging from the roof? You said earlier that you will look at the next area of resistance where price will go when entering a trade. If you see 20 pip range from entry, do you always secure 10 pips? Yeah, always. I always secure 10 pips. And I'm going to tell you why I always secure 10 pips. So when I first started, I started with, scalping, getting 10 pips and calling it a day. And then I moved into swing trading. And when I moved into swing trading, obviously, I wanted to get those 100 pip moves and 200 pip moves like everyone else on Instagram. And what I found out was that whenever I was taking a swing trade, 80% of the time, or most of the time, and I guess some people here who are watching right now, you can also maybe relate to this, is whenever you take a swing trade, almost all the time that swing trade will always go in profits. It goes in profits, whatever profit that is, 15 pip profit, 20 pip profit, and after that small little window of profit, it always goes back in drawdown, and then it stays in drawdown, and you're in drawdown for you're like, oh man, what's going on over here? So that used to happen to me, and I was like, okay, wait a minute. If I'm going in profits, maybe let's say 80% of the time, all the time, about like 15 pip profit, 10 pip profit, that means I can secure positions at 10, 15 pips, and then I can leave a runner running. And to my surprise, what I found was that I would always secure profits at 10, 15 pips, leave a runner, and that runner would almost all the time get stopped out because, price would always retrace and go beyond my entry point and, stop the runner out. But there was a small percentage of those positions that would always, they would continue on running as a swing trade. So that's the reason I always secure at 10 pips, 15 pips, and leave the rest running. Why did GJ react like this on NFP even though JPY is closed? Because the numbers were, this is what we were talking about. If you guys remember, this is what we were talking about earlier on, that the yen will be affected if the numbers are really massive or really low. So you can see here numbers were really, really massive here, which is why you're seeing, pound yen getting affected. Because good numbers mean good US dollar. Good US dollar means weak yen. And if there's a massive difference, that weak yen means bullish pound yen. Let's take a look at GU, see what happened in GU. Oh, GU is flying over here too. Strong USD means it goes up. What does the move from 652 to 916 mean? This basically means that, so they were saying that 652,000 people, basically they were looking at that employment change, right? But it came up to 916,000, which means more people are employed. So when more people are employed, that means the economy is doing well. That means the retail is doing well. That means more tax revenue is generated. When more people are employed, that means more, payroll taxes generated. So it's good for the economy overall. EJ is not flying, it's in a range. There's a difference between being in a range and flying. This is not called flying. US 30 was flying. On US 30, you should have smaller lot sizes because the pips are calculated differently there. USD CAD is dropping. Oh, I'm not sure why USD CAD is dropping, but it is what it is. It's a bank holiday, there's no volumes here today. So anyway, guys, I'm going to head off over here. There's nothing to do at this point. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Stay safe, stay strong, as Yasser would say. And
yes, sir.
Thank
Yes.
you, Raja.
Yes, sir. We'll see you guys Monday morning.
Thank you.
So,
Happy
guys,
good.
enjoy our weekend.
And
Thank you,
Happy
man.
Good Friday.
No one is
Have a-
overtrading gold.
Thank you.
It's Friday.
It's
Friday,
there.
Monday.
It's Friday, Monday.
Friday.
It's Friday day. It's Friday, Monday. Alright. It's Friday day.
Where is
It's Friday,
Brazil?
Monday.
Brazil.
It's Friday. Breaking it down. Oh.
God bless.
Where's Brazil?
Oh,
Monday?
Oh, Brazil is